Hey guys, welcome to Approach the Nerd. It's your girl Maria Park. I got my boy Kenny from Kenny Lowe's TV. Please like and subscribe. I will put his information at the bottom. I was lazy and just did this impromptu stream because I had some stuff to talk about. Forgive me for chewing gum. It's happening because my mouth is dry. So I'm not just apologizing for the smacking because it's gonna happen. Okay, so I know I have been absentee for a while on my channel. It's very obvious, especially to you guys, because you guys have been sending me messages through Instagram telling me I've been absentee on my channel, which I do know.
Maria, where are you? Because they don't know where you are. I don't think they know you know where you are either.
guys,
She's stuck in a
guys.
box.
So I'm gonna do something that I wasn't gonna do this weekend, but I'm just gonna go ahead and finally tell you guys some stuff fully. I know I've told you things, but I'm gonna fully tell you what exactly has been going on. And actually, when I tell you this is gonna be just the stuff that's going on with since my dad died. I can't tell you everything about my private life because got to keep some stuff for me. But I will tell you one of the biggest stressors. And then when I break this story down, you will see why Maria has been absenteed for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, to do this, I have to give you guys a little bit of history. So, I didn't really have a good relationship with my dad since 2018. And the reason that I did not have a good relationship with him is because after my mother died in 2008, he kind of changed a lot. And he met a person, is a female. He met her at a pizza place. She was an employee. This was about maybe 6 months after my mother had passed away. And this woman, and none of us can explain it, not family members, not friends, none of us can explain, got her talons into my dad. And basically, she would use what I kind of like to refer to as reverse psychology, only she is not that intelligent. So she was able to get into my dad's head, and he would make decisions that were not normal. Now, I won't tell you everything he did, but he's done some stuff that is pretty bad. So it actually led to me and my father not having a relationship. So fast forward to 2022, this year, um, end of May, I get a call from Life Alert. Had no idea I was on my dad's life alert, but they said my dad was being taken to the hospital. So, of course, I'm trying to figure out which hospital it is. It's a big deal if Life Alert is calling me.
Yeah.
Well, I found out they took him to the VA because he was a vet, and he was in the hospital from the 30th of May
I
until June. I saw that, Kenny. Until June 10th when he passed away. My dad actually was diagnosed with cancer. It was aggressive, and he passed away on June 10th. So, in a normal world, I would just, as the oldest of two, and my brother has special needs, I would just be responsible for dealing with the funeral arrangements, because my mother's not here, she's passed, dealing with his estate. Well, unfortunately, the woman that he met at the pizza place, she had been living with him since me and my dad had fallen out. She squatted in his house. On top of that, the day my father died, she took all of his belongings, his wallet, his cell phone, his car keys, his car. She went to an ATM machine and withdrew money out the day he died. She also withdrew money out of my brother's account and proceeded to live her life. She was going to live in my dad's house. Well, because everything's set up to auto pay, so the mortgage, everything being paid through my dad's account. As his daughter, I said that was not acceptable. So I tried to get the police to intervene, but because she was a resident, they would not throw her out. So Maria, being very resourceful, that I'm a very resourceful person, I said, that's fine. Stay in the house in the middle of the summer, but you will stay in the house without electricity and water. And I had it turned off. So this person decided, because she was being forced out. Now remember, my dad died June 10th. All this happened on July 1st. She'd been squatting this entire time. She had all of my dad's debit cards, credit cards, everything was on her possession. The police here, the way that in Tennessee, the way that probate or the way not even probate. The way it works, if a deceased person passes away and there's somebody that was a resident in their house, even though they're not married, they were not together, she's not an heir, she still has more rights because she is a resident.
And that's not right.
It's not right. So what she ended up doing is, which is very evil, she started emptying the house of everything, every possession, everything of value. My dad's wedding ring. I mean, anything that gave her money, she took. What hurt me to the point where it was really hard for me to do streams and all of this other stuff was not the monetary stuff. All of my pictures, like every picture of my childhood, my brother's childhood, my daughter's baby pictures, her baby book, were all in the attic in a box that my mother had. She took the box, no idea where the box is. And in the state that I live in, because it doesn't hold value, they're not trying to find it. So essentially every picture from my childhood and every picture of my family together is gone. So when my daughter gets married in the future and she wants to show her children her baby pictures or anything, there's nothing to show. It's completely gone. So I have maybe 1 or 2 pictures of me and my mother. Honestly, to be honest with you, technically it's 1 picture. It's literally me and my mother and my uncle when he came to visit, because she's from Scotland. And then everything else is just like, I have my mother's Sam's Club card. This is how pathetic this is. I have her passport that has her little photo in it that's on my Instagram. But everything that you've seen, if you're on my Facebook or my Instagram, every picture you've seen of my family is all I've got. I have nothing. And she did it intentionally. On top of that, my previous spouse, who passed away from cancer in 2014, he painted this picture of my mother, and it was really pretty, based on a photo that he had seen in the house. It was hanging up in my dad's room. She took that too. So gone. So we went to court today. Because we were trying to get some of the assets back, and we determined that the largest asset was my dad's car. He had a luxury car, $50,000 car. She took the car. She got the title from the house while she was staying there. She forged my dad's signature on it, and she changed the title to her name. And she's had the car since my dad died on June 10th. She's been driving it, living her best life. When I told the police that this was not her car, they said because they can't prove it and the title's in her name, basically it was her car. Well, we went to court today. And this is where I'm going to describe my experience as Judge Judy versus Jerry Springer. So we go to court.
Oh, those are not good. Those are not good comparisons.
We go to court. And this woman was not represented. She could not get anyone to take her case. She's nuts, so no one would. So she represented herself. And I don't know if she saw like LA Law or like, JAG or like any of these like lawyer shows, but she came in there believing that she was intelligent and that she was going to win this court case. So we basically all said why we were there. I basically said that there were items that were removed from the house. And I need to do this side note for you to understand the severity of the cray that I was dealing with. Okay.
Oh God.
This same woman, after robbing the house, taking everything out, my entire life, my entire family's life, sent a sheriff to my house to summon me to court for $20,000 because she said she left some items in the house. One of them being there was an appliance that she said that she left in the house that she said I stole. Now remember, this is in the house. I don't know how I could steal something that was supposed to be already in the house. That was my dad's house. My lawyer, of course, got this thrown out. But the irony of this situation, the reason I'm bringing this up, that she tried to take me to court for this, is that when we went to court today, and she had to bring an itemized list of everything that she removed from the house, the appliance that she said that I took was on the inventory list that she said that she took. So then how did I take this item if you're saying you have it in your possession?
She's dumb.
So that's the first thing.
She's dumb.
So I had a lot of character witnesses because there are a lot of people that worked in my dad's house who were like personnel, or people like caretakers from assigned by the VA and things like that. So different people that were hired by the state that were not hired by my dad. So character witnesses. All of them said the same thing. She was argumentative. She basically, it was her house, not my dad's house. She took complete control of everything. She fought them. They quit. They quit their jobs because of her.
Mm.
Every time somebody would come up to tell their truth, she cross-examined because she's representing herself. And she would say things that are so crazy that even the judge was like, what is happening? And what I mean by that is, if somebody said, yes, you know, this person, you know, I worked and this person made it very hard for me to be able to take care of, you know, my father, because every time I would try to take care of, you know, my dad, or basically my father, I don't want to say his name. This person would come in and say, this is my house. You know, you need to clear for me what you want to do. You know, you don't own anything in this. You know, who the hell do you think you are? Blah, blah, blah. She would literally lose her shit on these people. And they got to the point where they're like, I don't make enough money for this. No, I can get reassigned. And that's what happened continuously. And because it happened continuously, my dad ended up losing his eyesight completely because his caretakers weren't there to put the eye drops in his eyes when he had cataract surgery. So he lost his eyesight. He was completely blind.
And I think she did that on purpose.
I think she did too. Because when that happened, she started having my dad sign forms and doing all kinds of things. She was writing herself checks for thousands of dollars out of my dad's account. Just a lot of stuff. So we're in court. And so she's cross-examining people and she's saying things like, remember the time that I gave Maria $1,000?
Oh,
and
God.
The person's like, number one, I was an employee of the state. I don't know what you're talking about. And number two, how would I know this?
Oh my God. Oh.
She would say things like,
God.
no, one of the things that she's always told people is, the reason I didn't talk to my dad is because my dad is black. Now, first of all, my dad is half black, half indigenous. And everybody,
I've seen them, so
and
I know.
Everybody would say, no, she doesn't talk to her dad because of you. like for years we've said this. So in court, she said, well, you know, you're not really his daughter, right? Like randomly, like it wasn't even her turn to talk. Like somebody's on the stand and she's like, so Maria. And now I'm sitting behind her. So like she's in the front sitting in the defendant box. I'm in the back. Like if I was a spectator, I'm in that area. I'm 2 rows back. So it's my lawyer versus her. And then I'm sitting the spectator because my lawyer is the executor over our house. I'm not. I chose just to be the heir because I don't want to deal with all the creditors and all this other crap. So she was really taking my lawyer to court. Not me. She turns around in the middle of court and says, you know, that wasn't your real daddy.
How the hell would she know?
And the judge is like, can you please stop talking? It got progressively worse.
Oh my God.
Yes, Serenity, she did represent herself. So it got progressively worse. Now, just to answer that question about representing herself, this is our 3rd hearing. Our 2nd hearing, she was told to get a lawyer. They moved it. So our hearing was at the beginning of September. She had till today to get a lawyer and she didn't get one. But she said, she was like, I tried, but she came in crying, nobody will take my case. And I'm like,
I wonder why.
I'm like,
I wonder why.
So this is where it also gets interesting. She said, my dad was not my dad. This is what I've learned today via her. That I actually wasn't my dad's real daughter. I was somebody that he took in off the street. I guess I don't know what she was talking about. It got so crazy. There's a person that takes notes, you know, that the transcriber.
Mm-hmm.
She stopped typing. Like she was just like, I don't know what's happening.
See, I would have been dying laughing.
No, I wanted to be professional.
Oh no,
So,
I lost all professionalism at that point because I'm like, what the bitch
no,
you talking about?
I'm gonna tell you guys. This is how crazy it got in this court case. She said something. Now another disclaimer. My brother, he has retardation.
Stenographer, yeah, that's what it's called,
Yeah,
stenographer.
so my brother has spectrum autism and retardation. He's double diagnosed. He cannot read or write. He can do things for himself, but he doesn't have like he has short-term memory, but he doesn't have long-term memory. Like he can't, if you give him a $10 bill, he'll say it's $1. So he's very easily manipulated. So he needs to have somebody take care of him. So I got him, which was also a process because when I went to pick my brother up when my dad was first taken to the hospital, I had to get the police involved because she barricaded him in the house and took his phone and wouldn't give him to me. And she started screaming, "It's almost the first of the month." Now my brother gets a social security check, so you pretty much get what's going on there. So in court, this is where it hit the fan. So the reason I'm talking about my brother is the same judge that helped me with my conservatorship to get conservatorship over my brother so I could take care of him is also the one that's going over my probate estate case because they're a companion case. So in a companion case, you have the same judge. This woman started saying that I took my brother's inheritance and she gave like a crazy high number, which the judge then had to stop because the judge knows everything that my brother inherited because she did my conservatorship case. So then the judge was like, ma'am, excuse me, I did all this, I was over this, I know what it is. She started arguing with the judge.
Oh God.
The judge got so mad, she started slamming things down. I'm telling you guys, this was it went from Judge Judy to Jerry Springer. I sat back and watched, and by the end of that thing, let's just say I won't tell you everything that happened because again, I'm trying to be as vague as possible, not put any names out, none of that stuff. But I will say by the end of the conversation and the banter between my judge and this woman, I won that case unanimously. She was my judge mic dropped her. She's like, "You took money out of his bank. Why don't you go buy another car?" Boop. And I was like, damn.
Oh, so that means she had to get that car back?
She has to get the car back. She has a limited time to do it, or
she goes to jail.
Grand Theft Auto.
Look, now see, when you go back for this one, you need to pack me in the trunk. And I would have my recording gear on, and I would come up out. When we get in court, I would do this. The judge won't see me. I'll be just like this. You just record.
Oh well, no. You really should have actually recorded after court.
Oh God!
So as we were all leaving the courthouse, she was outside waiting with some older gentleman I'd never seen before in my life. She didn't address me. She started going off on my lawyer. And so the lawyer was like, whatever, I'm being professional, just have the car delivered they want to bring it to my attorney. So, part of the estate. She said, he said, have it here by tomorrow afternoon, or I'm going to get a warrant for your arrest. And I'm going to call the sheriff. She said, I'll call the sheriff on you. I was like, what? And so my lawyer's like, sure, go ahead. Let's see what happens.
Oh my God. How can you call the sheriff on a lawyer doing their job? This lawyer just won the car back. You got to get this car back, but yet you want to call. Just a bitch.
This person has been robbing my dad and my brother since 2018, just siphoning money like crazy. She is a gold digger. And what made me so angry is she became my problem that I never asked for. So I'm like, when you go to court, it's not free. I'm having to pay retainer fees. I think I've spent close to $10,000 since my dad died. So I'm in my feelings. I'm like, so I will tell you. And then the probate, when your loved one does not leave a will,
it's hard.
It is very hard because you have to, all the creditors can come at you. Like if he had left a will, then you get everything and the creditors can just go to hell. But now because he didn't do that, any creditors that he had, any loans he had, they come first and they take whatever. And then whatever's left you get, which I don't care about that. I just didn't want to be liable for anything because she stole everything of value from the house. The only thing I have is the house and the car. So it's like everything else is gone. I'm never going to get my dad's wedding ring back. I'm never going to get any of the things that she took out of the house. And even the things that were so sentimental, again, like my daughter's baby book, our photo albums. We had 2 really big photo albums. Now, I'm a child that was born in the 70s. So, we didn't have Facebook and Instagram back then. Everything was Polaroid, 35 millimeter. So, like, all of it, my entire life has been stolen. I have nothing. I can never show anyone a baby picture of me, my brother, my daughter, anything. There's all gone. So
she should have went on jail for that purpose alone.
Yeah, and that's why I haven't been doing videos or streams. Is like I've been kind of messed up a little bit because I'm so angry because I can't do anything, and the law is not put in place for people that are victims in my state. They're actually pro-criminal for the majority. Like in a normal world, the moment she did any of this or moved anything from the house that did not belong to her, she would have gone to jail.
She would went to jail.
Not here. You have to jump through hoops.
Yeah,
I had to spend thousands of dollars to even get her to court. So I did actually get an item or another appliance that she admitted to taking, which should have put her in jail. But I had to pay movers to get the item to bring it back because I didn't want her in the house. I literally had to pay $300 to have them move it into the house. I also had to spend close to $400 to change all the locks on the doors because she refused to give the house keys back. So it's just
she costed money, unnecessary money being spent.
She costs money, and what you guys have to understand is when my dad died, he left everything to my brother. Everything. So my brother got like his life insurance, his VA policy, everything's going to my brother, which is fine. The only problem I'm having is why do I have to keep paying my own money for your stuff? You know what I mean? You wrote me off, but I still have to pay. It's insane. So this is why it has been hell. It's been hell. I have an autoimmune condition, and I think I told you guys this that have been on my channel for a while, that stress triggers my anxiety and it triggers my autoimmune system to go crazy. So I've been having a lot of health problems because of all the stress since June. And so that's been fun. So dealing with the health problems, dealing with the stress from all of this shit has been insane. And then I'm also a voice actor, so I'm always trying to get work because if I'm not in a stable place, I'm like, you have to be in a certain mindset to do acting. You can't just, you know what I mean? Yes, acting is like therapy, but you can't just jump in this booth and be like, okay, I'm gonna try out for this and get this. You can't do that when you really feel like shit. There are days I was so damn tired I didn't want to get out of bed. That is how bad it was.
I know. I was there. So
it has been a struggle. It has been an absolute struggle. And I feel so bad because people message me, I miss you, Miranda. It's not that I don't miss you guys. I promise you I do. It's just been It's been fucking sucking. Let's just be what it is. That's what it has been. It's been hell. It has been hell since June. It's been hell. And I know I'm even now I'm trying to think, how am I going to get all these streams? I know somebody actually messaged me to tell me that the L Word Generation Q is starting on the 20th. And I was like, I didn't even know that. And normally I'm on top of that. I didn't know. So now I'm like, well, hell, because that's something I regularly review. So now I have like 5 days, technically 5 days to figure out how I'm going to get all that together. And then of course, I'm so behind on my Stargirl reviews, especially now that they announced the Stargirl has been canceled. So I haven't been able to talk about that. There's so many things I have not been able to talk about. I haven't gone to see any movies at the drive-in. So people have been asking me, you going to do Black Adam? I know Wakanda Forever came out. I don't have time. I'm so every minute that I am not dealing with court shit, which is still going because I still have this state stuff. I still have all of these things happening. I am trying to get work to basically keep us, afloat. Me and my spouse work all the time. We work and we go to court. That is our entire damn life right now. It's been our entire lives since June.
And guys,
and it sucks.
To piggyback off of what she said, she don't Marco Polo me anymore, so that should tell you something.
Sometimes I'll go like a week or two without saying anything. It's I'm
exhausted. I feel neglected.
I know. Well, I mean, you're not that important, Kenny. So I mean, that's I love you, Kenny. I'm sorry.
Oh my
But
goodness.
no,
We gotta laugh at something, but I know it's at my expense, but we'll do it.
yeah, it has been I would not wish this on my worst enemy. It sucks. It
Mm-mm.
effing sucks. Like you want to make plans for your life. You can't make any plans because you don't know when this probate stuff's going to be over. You don't know when the court like I'll get a court date dropped on me sometimes 3 days in advance. I'm like, "Oh yeah, you have a hearing in 3 days." I'm like, "For what?" you know?
Cause see, y'all know we were supposed to do Screen Queens.
Yep.
We couldn't do that because she
Couldn't do
has
it.
been so busy. I knew all of this. I already knew it all, but I couldn't really say nothing because it's not my story to tell. So
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything until she told you guys.
Yeah, and then something else has been happening. So my spouse has been going through some bullying situations at a place of employment. I'm like, I can't
Oh
get into
God.
it. I don't know if it's because my spouse is transgendered. I don't know if it's because my spouse is Asian American, but there's been some
Oh
stuff.
God.
So we've been dealing with that on the side. So we've had that. And then my spouse's father, he broke his hip 3
Oh.
weeks ago, had to have a full replacement. And then yesterday, sorry, got diagnosed with COVID in the rehab center. And they're in Minnesota, so they're hundreds of miles away.
Oh my
And
God.
so every time we turn around, it is
Something.
something else. I'm just like, I can't.
Oh my God. This is awful. Tell
It
him I'm
is.
so sorry.
Yeah, it is a thing. And the only reason we're very worried about this particularly is my father-in-law's age.
Yeah.
The fact that he already had a stroke and a heart attack, and now he has a faulty hip or hip replaced. I think it was a partial replacement for the hip, wasn't a full replacement, but still in rehab. So went to rehab and they got COVID in rehab.
Mm, mm,
And
mm.
it's just like we just
I'm just
like literally we were
saying.
sitting down and we heard and we're just like, yeah, that tracks. Like, it's just like, why not?
I mean,
Why
because
not?
it's like they say when it rains, it pours, and you've been having a hurricane.
Yeah, it's been shit. And so we have that going on, and then like I said, with my autoimmune disease, me and my daughter, so we are both severely anemic right now. It's bad. So they're trying to figure out how to fix it, but then like what kills me is when you're going through a lot of shit. It's never just one thing; it's always a
With,
trifecta or more. And
mm-hmm.
then you go to the doctor, and they're like, "So, do you have stress?" And you just want to be like, "Motherfucker, like, are you fucking kidding me right
Oh,
now?"
this is the best part. This is the best part. Are you depressed?
Hell yeah, I'm depressed right now.
I mean, really? Why would you ask that? Look into my eyes and tell me, am I depressed?
I just went in there and stared at my doctor like, lost your fucking mind. What the hell do you mean? And then I hate when you come into the doctor's office and you're like, I'm going through a lot of stuff personally. You know, my dad just died. We got all this stuff going on. And they're like, so how does that make you feel? Do you feel like that's impacting your health? You're the damn doctor. You fucking tell me. I'm like, like,
Oh my God,
no.
that is hilarious.
You have failed this city, doctor. You have failed
Oh
this
my
city.
God. If they can't
So
look at you and diagnose you, but you have to tell them what's wrong with you. Now, okay, now granted, you do have to say, well, doctor, my chest is hurting, my side is hurting, to give them the general places.
yeah.
They're the ones that's supposed to go in and be like, okay, let's check it out, let's make sure it's not this, not that. But
But that doesn't always happen. And just like even when you go in and say this is hurting, whatever, sometimes they just write it down and you never hear anything else about it. I will tell you guys, full disclosure, I had been anemic for 6 years, but I only found out I was anemic last year because no one told me. And the only reason I found out is because I got access to this thing called My Chart, which is like a portal where you can see all your
yeah.
diagnosis. They wrote it on my health record. They just forgot to call me and tell me about it.
Oh no,
For years.
I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna do you one better, Maria. How about when I went to court for my disability? They told me I had kidney disease, and I was like, wait, what?
What?
Did not know I had kidney disease, but I was diagnosed with it back in 2011, and nobody bothered to share that
Wait,
with me.
as in, do you have like a renal failure?
No, it's like it's the chronic kidney disease that diabetes basically
So you
starts.
have CKD, yeah.
hmm Nobody shared that with me and been diagnosed with it since 2011.
Yeah.
And I found out in 2017.
Oh, I have on my heart, I'm not my heart, sorry, on my right lung, apparently I had a nodule that they were concerned about. And so they would look at it. Like I would get chest x-rays and I would say, what is this? And so it was just routine. And I'm like, okay, I don't smoke. I don't know why you're checking my chest, but that's fine. It wasn't until I finally asked, I'm like, why are you doing this? And they're like, oh yeah, you had a nodule. We weren't sure if it was cancerous, but we think it's calcified. And I'm like, were you gonna fucking tell me?
I'm like, y'all doing all this shit on my body, but I'm the last to know.
Like, guys,
I'm sitting in court, like I'm looking at the judge, like, what do you mean I got kidney disease? Well, it says here on your chart you got kidney disease. I'm like, nobody told me this.
Yeah, well, I knew something was sus when my primary doctor's office was trying to argue me down when I told them I wasn't white. I'm like, how you gonna argue me down? She's like, ma'am, it says you were white in here since 2009. I'm like, I don't care if it said it since the beginning of fucking Christ. I'm telling you.
I am mixed. I'm
what is wrong
with
you? Can change that. She said, well, I can't really change that, ma'am, because it's on your record. I'm like, who are you going to believe? The paper or the person?
I hate that. I hate that. When you're standing up here telling them about yourself, when I'm the one that knows about me, but you want to sit here and tell me about me when you never even seen or looked at me a day in your life.
Well, I've learned, and this is what I have learned recently, especially in the last few months. People don't want to do their jobs. People don't want to get involved in anything. I don't care what is happening in your lives. They don't want to do it. So I just don't give a shit anymore. I'm so tired.
Yeah, they like to keep their heads in the sand. Like, I don't see anything. I don't. And I'm going to tell you, I'm like that to a point.
Well, that's because you're desensitized. I feel like we're all becoming desensitized. There's so much shit happening in this world. We're becoming desensitized. And that is a problem because the way we interact with each other is being affected. I understand politics are hard. I understand the decisions that are being made to affect our lives, and when we have no control over it, or at least we perceivingly have no control over it, it's hard. But like how we deal with each other on a day-to-day basis is the exact same way. You might as well be watching a reality show. You don't give a shit. You don't care.
Look, I be ready for my popcorn and you sitting there be watching like this. Cause see, I'm gonna give y'all a good scenario. I could go downtown to the pharmacy, Grady's Pharmacy down here in downtown Atlanta. If any of y'all live in Atlanta, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I can go down there. I promise you, I can get 4 episodes of a reality show within 2 hours.
Yeah, that tracks. It's my favorite thing to say now. I will tell you this, Kenny. I don't know if I told you this earlier. Probably
and it'll be 2 hours. It'll be 2 hours.
2 hours? Okay, first of all, that's impressive. We've had a lot of crime, like okay, I live in Memphis, Tennessee, 901. Google it.
No, I remember. I remember that one.
This is where Eliza Fletcher got kidnapped and killed while she was out jogging. This is a place where the guy live streamed himself going around randomly shooting people for about 2 hours. We have crime to severe levels daily. Unfortunately, when you talk to some people who are 901 supporters who've lived here their whole lives, they was like, well, there's crime everywhere, blah, blah, blah. But my problem is, this is my problem, okay? It's to a degree where it's not just every day, it's hourly. My apartment complex, when I first moved over here, we had no break-ins. We had nothing. Well, we just got an email from our apartment manager today that there was the 17th parking lot break-in last night occurrence. And so they're trying to figure out how to get new gates and new keypads and all that to try and keep us safe because they're not stealing anything. They're breaking car windows. They're going up to random cars and just busting the windows out. And they're doing it every day. By the grace of God, they didn't get us last night because the car that got hit was parked behind us.
Wow.
And it is every day.
Let me tell you, I'm going to up you one. Since me and Carlos have moved to this apartment complex, the night that we moved in here, we had 1 murder. in the back. Not only that, since I've been here, I think we've had a total of 4.
4 murders?
Two,
Okay,
yes.
Kenny, as your friend, I'm going to tell you something. I know it's hard for you, and I might have to pull your POC card. Why the hell are you still there? Why are you living in the murder complex? No, that's not what we do. That is a movie we don't watch. That is a movie we don't star in. No, sir.
Let me tell you, my POC card got taken years ago by my
I know,
family.
and but I tried to give it back, but you know what? It's
however, no. It's not that I still want to be here. There ain't nowhere to go. Nobody's leaving their places. Everywhere I look, people are still, they're not trying to give up their apartments because remember
because they don't want to live in your complex in the murder zone. That's why.
And what's so bad? Last year, no, it was 2020 for 4th of July. I'm sleeping in my bedroom, and we had one right out here in the back of my apartment.
No, sir, no. Mercenary would like to know if you committed the murder. He said, "Kenny, did you do it?" I just want to go ahead and throw that in there.
Mercenary, you know what? I'll visit you tonight.
Let me tell you, he will not. His back will be hurting in the next 35
You already know.
Kenny can't kill anybody because even his knees won't make it.
You better know it.
I rarely leave my apartment, so I haven't yet seen the craziness in months, and the increase in security, eviction of some druggies, and some employees have made it better. So in Memphis, we have a shortage of police officers. And like I said, I live in a state where it is much harder to convict people for crimes. So a lot of stuff, and this is told to me by an actual officer that was dealing with this whole crazy woman that I'm dealing with situation. He said, unfortunately, there's a lot of frustration because the laws are so vague on what they can and cannot do that they just choose. Sometimes they don't even document it. Like if they go out on a domestic abuse case, they won't even file a report saying they went out there. The only report they will have is the log of you calling 911, and that is it. So that is how bad it is.
Because here this morning in Atlanta, they reported that crime has gone down a lot compared to the last couple of months and everything. And I'm just sitting here like, but how is that happening when the dumb governor who just got reelected made it easier for everybody to carry? I'm just saying.
Well, like I said, you want to know about stupid laws? Look at Tennessee, baby. I live in Tennessee. We're on the news all the damn time. The Daily Show talks about Tennessee every so often, saying why.
Oh, that's how Florida
hold up. But Kenny, we one of the states that finally in 2022, we said that slavery is illegal.
In 2022, it's finally illegal?
Slavery is illegal in Tennessee.
Oh my God! Look, if I would have heard that my moving truck would already have been packed.
Look, there's a reason we are moving the hell out of Tennessee. I told you. I'm done. Look, I don't have a reason. The only reason I even stayed this long is because my brother was here and he was staying with my dad. Now I have my brother. I have no reason to stay. So when all this estate stuff is over, we are out. I'm done.
I don't blame you because
I'm done. I can't do it anymore.
This is ridiculous. And I'm sitting here like, finally illegal.
Yep. And it's like, why did it take so long? What was it about slavery that appealed to you in 2022? Because nobody was doing anything for you.
I mean, when Lincoln freed the slaves back in 18 something. Was it 18 or 17?
I love how you
Look, I wasn't born. I wouldn't even thought about him. I was just trying to remember. When he freed the slaves back in his era and when he was president, why? I mean, Tennessee did not get the memo?
So you're talking like 1860s, like 1865 or something like that. But I mean, you have to understand, Tennessee did not read that. They were like, it took them 100 years, decades to say, hey, guess what? I think we need to do that too.
I was sitting here like this. Okay, December 6, 1865.
Oh, really? Look at my girl. I told you I'm smart.
But it took It took Tennessee almost 300 to 400 years to say it's illegal.
So
So
I
I
want
mean,
to I
how
want to say
many?
something. I need to say something to you
Go
guys.
ahead.
Okay, this is why Tennessee is this way. It's because the lady that I'm dealing with. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, guys. I don't know. Hopefully, nobody watches this from the court system. One of the items this person had on her person that she wanted back was a book called The Idiot's Guide to Clear Thinking.
Oh
I can't
God.
make this up. I can't make this up. I have a picture I can post because I took it. Well, actually, River took it. We laughed so hard. And I feel like this is the national anthem for how Tennessee is run by our governor, is that it is literally, he lost his copy of The Idiot's Guide to Clear Thinking. And so therefore nothing is being done. Critical thinking is not a thing here. It's just not. It's not. He was denying COVID even when his wife was diagnosed to COVID. That's how cool the governor of Tennessee is. So
Wow.
whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I'm like, good job, Tennessee. Good job. So smart, so progressive, so on top of things.
Don't do that. I don't do that. If I hear her, you know I got to work with Crazy Renee tonight.
I know. We're not gonna be on here much longer because the girl has not eaten all day. You know, I'm gonna be like that Snickers commercial. You angry when you hungry, hangry.
Look, and you see, I'm over here. Carlos that asked me, what do we need? What we need extra from what you call it? I'm trying to tell him to bring the filters for the water pitcher, so I can drink clean water because they ain't
Yeah,
trying
because
to.
I mean, you need to stop drinking unclean water, Kenny.
Mhm. I've
Like,
been doing it for 2 days.
oh Lord, no, don't do that. I would, even though
Oh no no,
Tennessee has
I
TVA,
put
I'm
it
not
still
doing
through the
that.
filter. I still put it through the picture, and it still filters, but you can taste the difference.
Yeah, I need to be looking at these comments really quickly. Serenity just said, I got assaulted in January by a white man and they let him go even though they described his car and they were here when he was and said I can't even do a restraining order. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same the hair thing at work. They didn't pass the law to protect you for wearing braids or afros till 2020. Oh, trust me, I already know they profile. This is again, I always say this. I feel like I'm just saying it over and over and beating a dead horse, but the reason that I am so passionate about saying that I'm mixed is because I don't experience that. White people aren't coming to me and beating me. Now they will come to me and say "Hola," I'm like all the fucking time, but they don't do that. They give me the wrong racism. Like I think my running joke is if anybody ever called me the N word, I might actually high five their ass for getting part of it right. I'm like because I'm like it's the wrong. I get the wrong racism. It's just what it is. Um, but it is bullshit. I have seen myself, especially if you were darker skinned, I have seen how you were treated as in this country. My
Right.
daughter's in here. Hello, my boo. I've never seen her in the stream before.
There she go. I see it.
I see her. What did she say? I'm half asleep, but there, but here to support my mother. I'm proud of her for getting through the stressful time that is our crazy world. I love her very much. Oh, you're gonna get pizza tonight. I'm getting you pizza, girl. You getting pizza.
Oh my God, you are crazy.
XOXO heart.
I cannot. You are crazy.
Look, my baby's in here. She's gonna get pizza for that because she knows I'm very strict with our diet. I'm like, you getting pizza, girl. Pizza. You text River what you want. I got you.
She said, "You're getting that pizza, girl."
Pizza.
Oh my God, I cannot.
Look,
I cannot.
don't be a haterade. Don't do it.
I'm not being a hater, because being Carlos, we're doing Mexican tacos tonight. So
Yeah, I can't do that. I'll have flatulence. So
well, it's no cheese. It's no cheese. It's just the beef. And I know you're a vegetarian, so
no, actually I'm a pescatarian. I eat fish. I eat
pescatarian.
seafood.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's just beef, cilantro, and onions with just a little salsa and the corn tortilla. That's it.
Well, tonight I got some oyster mushrooms. I'm gonna put some potato
Oh, that
starch
do
and some
sound like
seasoning
that.
on
Do
it.
sound good.
If you fry it up with it, and I do it in canola oil, but I don't always eat fried food. But I make the best fried chicken substitute out of oyster mushrooms. And there, and when
Oh,
I've
you
actually
eat
given it to
oyster
people,
mushroom.
they can't tell the difference.
Look, I want look, I've tried fried oysters before, and I actually like it.
Yeah.
But I cannot eat them raw. Oh my god,
No,
I
I
would have
use them in
died.
recipes because mushrooms are one of my big staples because I'm anemic and I need the vitamin
Right,
D,
you
and I
need
don't.
the
And
vitamin
since I
D.
don't eat meat, it's hard. Besides,
Baby, I'm
seafood.
sorry. I tell everybody, look, I have to have my beef or
I
my.
am not gonna. I'm never that person that's gonna get on you and be like, "How dare
I know.
you eat the
Child,
beef?"
he'll be at my front door every day. I put a chicken in a skillet.
No, I'm not gonna. I mean, hell, I'm married to a Korean American. Okay, we just literally got beef so I can make. So we do a lot of traditional Korean dishes in this house. So I make like japchae. I make like bibimbap. I do all of it.
Right.
We make our own kimchi. We do everything. And I'm actually the one that does most of it, even though I'm not Korean, which is really funny. But we did get some beef, so we can do bulgogi. So Korean bulgogi for, I call it Turkey Day. I'm sticking to my indigenous side, people. I'm not gonna call it Thanksgiving. Not gonna do it.
Well, I mean,
But
I call it Turkey Day and Thanksgiving, but I've been instilled to say Thanksgiving for
no,
so
we
many
all
years.
have. We all, because we didn't know what happened. The history
Yeah,
book wasn't honest. That's what
it
that we didn't
wasn't.
know.
It wasn't. You got to watch the movies to see what the true nature of it was.
Yeah, we were lied to.
Too.
It's a look. It's just like parts of slavery. How they lied about shit. They lied about that too.
And
They didn't
I
come to
was.
this country saying, "Let's all sit on around the table and share some corn." No, that's not what happened.
Oh
That's not what
no,
happened.
they blindsided our, and they're gonna talk about this is our country. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Well, like I said, there's a lot going on in this world. I wish we had time to talk about that,
Talk
but I mean, we
about,
talk
yeah, we
about all the
don't.
shit going on, especially look all the backhanded stuff when they were like, "We gonna make America great again." I'm like, when the hell did it start? I don't
Oh
understand.
God, never, it
I
never.
don't understand. Land of the free. I'm paying 99 cents per tax on a dollar. No, that's
Look,
not free.
land of the
Three.
free. Hell, we gotta pay for damn water, and
Seriously,
that's supposed to be free.
our state tax is 9.97. You lost your damn mind. Ain't land of the free, land of the tax. No, sir. No.
Child, I ain't even gonna tell you what the price, what the tax is down here. Mm-mm.
Do you have? So we only have a state tax. So, but we don't have a federal tax.
We got state and federal.
So, and it kind of goes. So actually, no, I'm sorry. We have a federal tax. We don't have a state tax. So we don't pay the state tax. But to be fair, though, some people do, which I don't understand. I don't understand where the line is drawn. Because when we do our taxes, it says we're exempt. But I've actually seen a friend of mine who lives in Tennessee who actually has to pay a state tax. So maybe it's done by region, whatever part of the region you are in
Could
Tennessee.
be.
I'm going to have
It
to look
could
at that.
be. It could
Because we
be.
used to have a will tax and we don't have that. But I do know that there are other areas like Brenton and all them that do. So I don't know.
Mm.
They couldn't even get that uniform. But I mean, come on, they did not abolish slavery until what, a week or two ago. So I mean, little late.
I'm not coming to Tennessee anymore. I just passed through Tennessee when we was going to Illinois. When we was going to Chicago, I just breezily passed through Memphis.
Well, Kenny, what did I tell you? When I move, I'm gonna drive around Memphis and Tennessee.
Oh yeah,
I don't care if I have to take an extra damn day. I'm not even driving through here
Maria
anymore.
said if I ever have to come back to Tennessee, to go somewhere through around Tennessee, if I had to go through Tennessee, I would find a way around.
Alternate route.
She said she don't care if it take her 2 extra days. She go find it.
Scenic route. I'm not coming through here.
I gotta ask you this question because you said you're gonna find a scenic route if you're driving. How about flying? Because you don't have control over the plane.
Oh, that's easy. I'm just gonna be asleep.
Oh,
if I don't see it, it didn't happen. It's like Facebook.
I am not doing this with you tonight. I'm gonna have to get off of here, go and take me some Tylenol so I can get ready for the next crazy.
Yeah. No, look, I told you can jump off. I'm trying to make it to exactly an hour. I'm at 48 minutes and 50 seconds. I'm gonna be here exactly an hour, and I am done.
She's gonna be ready till 8 o'clock. I told you she got to lie to her boss to get home. And I told her, don't you text me on your way as you leave the building. Don't text me because you ain't gonna get me caught up in your bull crap. You get in the car, get the McDonald's, then text me and say, Keena, I'm on my way. Get ready.
I mean, yeah. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys this question. So I'm not gonna say I'm always having to edit my stuff because I don't want to get in trouble.
Mhm.
But let's just say you're in an organization, a club, and let's just say, I'm gonna throw out random shit, okay? So just say, Kenny, you're in a club. You are Jamaican, you are Chinese, and you're Irish. So those are what you are. Maybe your dad is Irish or your mom is Irish, and then the other one's Jamaican and Chinese. So the other parent's dad. And you sign up for an organization, and they have a category that says mixed or multiracial, and you select that. Do you think it's weird? And this goes to everybody. That when you go back and look at your profile in this club, they took the Irish off because it's more of a POC driven club, but they completely took off that you're multiracial and they took the Irish off. So now it just says that you are Jamaican and Chinese. Do you think that's weird?
Very.
Because see, that happened to me.
Oh God.
Um,
Oh
and
no. Who
and
did
and I
this?
have not. No, I've been so stressed in my life that I haven't dealt with it. But I do know that I'm actually with an agency, so they send me a lot of work for my voiceover world, the voiceover. And this is not my agency; it has nothing to do with my agency. But I signed up for a lot of different groups, like voiceover groups, and they send you a lot of editions. So there's lots of rosters you can get on and things like that. And what I noticed recently is I was like looking at my profile because I had somebody send me a job, and they're like, "Hey, this is for this, this, and this," and they said we also need somebody that is European. And I said, "Oh, I'm a dual national with the UK. It should have told you that on my profile." And they're like, "That's not on your profile." So then I went and looked, and then I realized that somebody had effing taken it off. So they decided that my Scottishness and my UK-ness did not make me POC enough. And so they deleted the problem.
Let me say this: as many black folks that I see over in the UK, you cannot tell me there's not people of color over there. Now, I don't know about Scotland.
No, Scotland has people of color. Now, I'm not saying that
Now, I
everybody's
haven't
treated
seen,
equally,
yeah,
but no, they are. If you
yeah,
look at
I
Nancy
haven't.
Drew, the actor who plays Nick, who I think might be mixed in real life, he's Scottish. He's from Scotland.
And I
So,
always wanted to know if there was people of color in Scotland, but now that you told me
mhm.
it is,
Yeah,
how dare
they have a
y'all?
lot of African. They have a huge Nigerian population over there. They have a big Chinese population. The actress who Katie Long, who played Cho Chang in Harry Potter, is from Scotland.
I'm gonna
No,
tell you, I love the
they
Scottish
don't. I think that
accent.
they don't understand nationality and ethnicity's difference. So
Right.
I
And
was just
see,
like, oh, okay,
I'm
so you
gonna
took it
tell you
upon yourself.
to erase my nationality, to pretend like I don't exist. I'm gonna tell you, I love the Scottish accents, though. Oh my God, I love it. that's
Yeah,
one. Of, that's one of my
I
favorites.
know you love my real accent too, which I think is
Yes,
funny.
I know, but you know what? Don't you start doing it
I'm
because you'll
not.
be snatched up out
I
the
don't. No,
box.
I don't want you to be happy.
No, 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 not me. I don't want you to get snatched up out the box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Um,
talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Trying to
you
be.
said, yeah, but I'd like to know why people do things, so I would investigate. Did they do it to be exclusionary or to show to the world that they have a diverse group of employees or members? I have no idea. I guess a bigger problem is, shouldn't you talk to the person before you make this decision?
That's
So
my.
that is another problem that I have. You can't just tell, you can't edit somebody's stuff, because when we do our profile, we fill out our own stuff and it's public. You don't go behind somebody who fills out their own bio and their own information and then decide to take stuff out because you feel like it should be this way. That's not how that works. So, yeah, and I will tell you this, if they had taken the indigenous out and the Nigerian American out, because that's what my grandmother was, then people would have been fighting.
Oh, you know.
But the nationality of Scotland, not even the ethnicity. Yes, my mother was white from Scotland, but she could have been anything. They didn't know what my mother was.
I know.
And
And then they,
I thought that was really interesting. I really did. I thought that was interesting. So I just want to throw that out there. Did you guys think that was weird? Because I thought
oh
that was
yes,
a little odd.
I find that weird. I
It's
really do.
like I found it
Look,
weird.
I'm just flabbergasted because I would talk to the person, to HR, and say, who the hell do you think you are to erase my nationality? Do
Yeah.
you know where I come from? Were you there when I was born?
I'm like, do you know who I am? Like, you don't know me, fool. This is when I've lost my mind. I'm sorry, but you got the wrong bitch. But no, I have to get it out now because I know there is unfortunately in the business that I'm in there is professionalism. And you want to burn bridges, and when you don't want to burn bridges, and that goes to an extent. If you like sexual harass me or say like derogatory, homophobic shit or racist shit, I will cut your ass out. I don't care who you are.
Right.
But for this stuff, I have to tread lightly, and it's irritating. So it is what it
because
is.
the voice acting circle is really small.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of us, but it's like there are little groups of importance, and I don't want to be. You don't want to piss off the wrong person, basically. So
right.
It's hard, man. It's hard being in this world.
Mai said, "How many bridges are we burning?"
My daughter said, "I've got a candle lighter and we have oil, Mom. How many bridges are we burning, girl? Earning that pizza.
Crazy.
Earning that pizza." On a lighter note, though, guys, because I know we don't have a lot of time left. I'm going to really microphone. I'm going to see. This is when you get the expensive mics. You know, this mic probably costs more than somebody's car. Just saying, this is a used car right here. I could have got a used car for what I paid for this thing. But I am trying to set up a Saturday stream for Stargirl because I really need to catch up because they're doing my Infinity Inc. They canceled my damn show right when all of the stuff is coming together for Infinity Inc. And I'm actually annoyed by this. But I do want to talk about what's been happening in the season so far, especially since this is the last season. I need to work out my L Word Generation Q schedule because, again, I've been informed by you guys that the 20th is when season 3 starts. So I'm like, well, shit, got to get in the mode. I don't know if you guys watch Manifest. I was able to watch Manifest. Unfortunately, I stayed up to 5 a.m. to do this. Don't do that. That's pretty much what my insomnia took over.
Let me cut you off, young lady, because I know I'm going to get a Marco Polo from you in a few minutes talking about, Kenny, do you think you'll be able to come up with me Saturday? I would love to, my love, but I'm going to be Pokemon all the day.
No, I'm not inviting you to a Stargirl dance. I will kill you.
Oh, thank God, Stargirl. Okay,
kill
good.
You. I will kill you.
Because I would have to drag her ass.
I will kill you.
I just want to make sure.
Not today, not tomorrow. If it says Stargirl, Kenny you are not allowed in the Stargirl stream. Hell, I don't even want you in the comic section. Get your ass out. No, watch one half of episode 1 and we're like, this show is garbage.
She said, I want you in the comment section.
No, sir. No, sir.
So I can't come in and troll?
No. You do not have my consent, Kenny.
Oh, so we gonna bring up consent now? We gonna bring up consent? No, I'm coming in without your consent.
I'm gonna block your ass. You know what? That's fine. You'll find out. You're gonna be temporary blocked for a day. You're gonna see what happens. Come in there and start something. Come in there.
You love me too much.
I do love you, but that don't mean StreamYard has to love you. Goodbye. Anyway.
I'm not with you.
My daughter, brother, you've been banned.
Well, who's that? Well,
look. She was my good luck. She was my good egg. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm gonna try and do that because I really, 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 really need to get back on some kind of schedule because it has been sucking. I am gonna watch Warrior Nun. I know somebody brought it up. I'm watching season 2 of Warrior Nun. I have not clicked on Warrior Nun at all. I'm sorry, I have not. But I do plan on doing that. And when it is, I will do a season overview like I did with Winx season 2. So that will happen. So I'm putting that out there. Eventually I will put my Batwoman video up because I did do a video about how they could fix Batwoman, once it was canceled. I just haven't had a chance to post it. So I will fix it all up and I will post it. You just got to bear with me because that rendering videos, which Kenny knows is a pain in effing ass. It drives me insane. You will render this whole damn video, even if you can look at it, you won't catch something, and then you got to go back and you're like, why is the audio all over the damn place? So it's just so.
Let me tell you, I've had this done to me like 4 times if I'm rendering. all of my audio sounds really, really good. When when I'm doing it, I go back and listen to it. So the moment I hit the render button, everything is
Yep.
fine. Put it up, Kenny. Why we ain't got no volume? Where you at? I mean, I can't hear you. I'm like, what the hell are y'all talking about? Go back and check it. Nothing.
Yep. I've had that happen so many times.
I'm like,
I would have things like literally legit move. I will have things move. Like I'm like, how in the hell did you move from where I put you? I don't understand. And they drive you. You go to a special place in your mind. It's called hell. Because then you like literally are looking at this program that you spend hours editing this stuff on, and you're just like, there's a hate thing. You get
it
the
is.
hate. I hate you. I hate this video. And now I'm so pissed. I don't even want to talk about the subject anymore. I don't want to look at the video. Fuck the video.
And let me tell you, because I had to go back and because see, there was some part. It was one video I had some parts that was actually saved. You know, the audio was saved, but the other half was gone. I had to re-record the other half and put the whole thing together. I had to let everybody know what happened. I had to redo the video, put it at the beginning, what happened, and splice it all together. I was like, oh my god, more work that I did not need to do.
Yeah, and don't forget when you have a collaboration and then the other person's audio was not there. You're just like, what?
Oh, I have to be thankful. I never had to do that.
Twice.
I never had to do that.
Twice. And it's always somebody who's in another damn country that I do a collaboration. My good friend Victoria, I love her to death. We've had that happen with her, and it happened twice with, actually 3 times. So twice with Joe. The audio was just completely effed. It was because we were using Zoom at the time. So when you use Zoom, it just chooses to peek out. So we're like, oh wow, only half of our video is has audio. Cool.
I'm gonna tell you, I had no problems with that, and I did a collaboration with 2 of my friends from the gaming community. We was talking about the generations of Pokemon. I didn't have to go through all of that. Somebody John sent me everything. And all I have to do is just, put it into my edit. What I got Wondershare, so put it into Wondershare. I put the music. I put the, I put the titles and what we were doing, and that was it. It's still up on my channel to this day. I ain't had, but the only thing the music wasn't long enough, and I've been trying to figure out how to put it on loop, and it won't loop. So
we'll talk about that. I have some ideas on how to help that. But yeah, I use Premiere.
Yeah,
Premiere is I use that, and I also have Movie Studio, which is pretty much the redheaded stepchild of Sony Vegas. And both of them get on my effing nerves because they like to do different things at different times to piss me off. So it is problematic.
I need that extra one because Wondershare gets on my damn nerves half the time.
Well, I think me and you need to have a tech day. That's what we need to do. We need to have a tech day. So we'll talk about
make sure I'm on my pills that day. Because sitting here trying to do tech, I would need aspirin. I would need Tylenol, muscle relaxer.
A mess. A mess. All right.
Doing this with
you. Look, we got to go in a sec. So Manifest, the last season is on Netflix. It dropped. The first half of it was posted. So I think it's like 10 episodes. I've watched that. Again, my insomniac ass. I watched it in 2 days because I stayed up to 5 or 6 in the morning. Starting at like 10 o'clock at night. That's how messed up I am. I don't sleep anymore.
I'm gonna have to do that for Superman and Lois. I'm gonna have to
no, you are not gonna have insomnia for Superman and Lois. You can do that for Manifest. You can't do that for Superman and Lois. It's not worth that. But it's a good show, but it's not worth all that. But but being that I've watched this show since it premiered and it got canceled, and then Netflix saved it to get it so we basically can get the conclusion that we needed. Because they were like, maybe these people might be viral and they might kill us if we don't finish the show. So,
let's do that with Charmed.
Well, Manifest is basically different only because it's kind of like Lost in a way. These people got on a plane and then they came back 5 years later. 5 years had passed for everybody, but not them. It was like literally like 10 minutes and it was 5 years for them.
Don't that sound like the 4400?
Kind of. And they get callings. So all of them get these things called callings that tell them to go do things to help people, and they don't know why. They don't know anything. And they have a day, and basically there's what they call a death date. So basically if they don't figure out how to save themselves by the time that they're meant to die, They're all going to die on the same. Everybody on that plane's going to die the same day. It's very complicated. It's very cool to talk about. So if you guys want me to do a live stream on Manifest, let me know in the comments, because I did finish the first half of this season, and I will say I have some thoughts, some opinions, and I have a character that I just want to beat the living shit out of.
Now, you know, that's every show you have that. That's
but this one,
show.
this bitch needs to go. She needs to go. She needs to go.
Look,
she needs to go.
Look, I just had that with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I know you don't watch them.
No, I can't. I can't look at entitled people to get on my nerves.
Look, Lisa Rinna. Oh my God, I call her horse face. That bitch been needed to go, and she got booed so bad at BravoCon, and she gonna say, "Oh, I feel like a WWE superstar coming down when I was getting booed. It was the best thing, bitch. Ain't nobody booing because we hate your ass."
Oh my God. Okay, so my daughter just said that she is the only egg that I needed, so I want to support that message. Yes, you are, baby. Love you. Pizza. And then also, there is a movie called Unhuman that I don't know if it just dropped on Prime, but it's basically a zombie movie. Came out this year. Really, really good. If you guys want me to review that, maybe I will do that with my daughter. We'll see, because she's usually off on 2 days during the week, so maybe I'll do that as well. But yeah. All right, it's over an hour. My stomach is talking to me in another language. I don't know what it says, but it's not playing. So we need to go over and figure out what we're eating for dinner. And this one here needs to go take his 5 shots of Tylenol, morphine. Actually plug in his morphine drip
before I hop on with the other crazy.
Look, you need a reprieve.
I can't take a leave now. I wish I could. No, I think I can take a leave, because that's not ibuprofen. If it's ibuprofen, I can't take, because they said something in it speeds up the kidney disease, so they don't want me taking it. Yeah.
Then don't take it.
Well, I mean, if a leaf don't have ibuprofen in it, I think I can.
Actually, I have no idea. I have to look that up. I have to see if it has. I'm not sure if it's on the Tylenol side or the Aleve side. I have to look that up. But Serenity, I have not seen The Imperfects. I mean, it's on my list. Of course, I have so much shit on my list.
We just need X-Men to come out so me and Maria can talk about it.
We will talk about some X-Men. Please do not spoil me on Wakanda Forever. Because of all the crime and break-ins in the cars, we have not really wanted to be out at midnight at the drive-in. So I'm not able to see that or Black Adam until they drop Black Adam, hopefully on HBO Max, and of course Wakanda Forever on Disney Plus. So it's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a minute before I can talk about it. This is.
I'm gonna beat your butt. You say.
Shit, I need you to stop. I need you to stop falling apart.
I've been falling apart before you were born, young lady.
Let me do it the way my daughter would do it. I'm gonna need you to stop falling apart.
Hey, that's exactly what she would say too. That's exactly how she would say it.
My daughter is literally the live action version of Blake from Ruby. All right, guys. Love you so much. Be on the lookout. I promise you we will be setting a stream for Saturday, unless I get sick, run over a car, somebody dies, or I have to go to court, which I don't know what happened on a Saturday, or I get a power outage. We are having a stream on Saturday, and I will set that up. Now, well, Candy, I don't told you, I didn't come in that damn stream. So we will have our Stargirl talk on Saturday, because we need to do catch up. So Stargirl up to this point, because we got some shiz to talk about. It is getting good. Started off a little slow this season, but it's getting good. And so, of course, they canceled it. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. And then I should have a better idea of all the other streams and all the shows and things and like the schedule. Because, again, I need to figure all of that out before the L Word starts, because I talk about, you know, I'm a Gen Q fan. I like to talk trash, but that's my reality show, even though it's not reality. So we were talking about that. Now, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, anything that we didn't talk about, anything you heard me say, you want clarification, whatever, please put it in the comment section below so I can see it and hopefully be able to read it without my glasses. And I will give you the answer you desire. But guys, you ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. So if it is day for you, have a good day. If it is evening for you, have a good evening. And we will see you in the next stream. Bye.